up, guys? It's your girl Kai, and today we have a special guest. Our next guest is Mark Johnson, aka Lil Mark. Lil Mark is a seventh grader who has had unique opportunity to play up with the great eighth grade Milton Eagles. He led the team in rushing touchdowns, tackles. He is the B2C seventh grade running back of the year. Welcome, Lil Mark.
What's up, big time? Welcome, Mark.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. This is one special to me, right? When you was talking before, I've been coaching you since you were 7 years old.
Yes, sir.
A long time now. You're almost bigger than me now. Again, guys, I'm thankful for the opportunity, as always, to sit here to give you guys tools for your toolbox, excuse my mic, to make you guys more successful. Mark, like I said, you're a hell of an athlete, and I'm thankful just to be a part of that journey, be a part of your family, and look forward to the things you're gonna do. So I'm thankful for that today. What about you, Kai?
I'm thankful just to be here and be able to learn more about Lil Mark, even though I know a lot about you, and just hear what you've been up to.
I'm thankful for just like being alive today and my family, parents.
Absolutely. Well, we'll drink to that. Cheers, guys. We're all grateful and thankful. All right, we got our toast out the way. Let's get into business now. The real reason that we are here. Mark, so let's talk about this. Let's start kind of right where Kyla ended in your introduction. Okay. I got something right here that I think is pretty cool. Excuse my language, guys, but this one, when I unroll this and I look at this thing and I see this, what does this mean to you? Because it means a lot to me, and I'll tell you why. You always played up for us.
Yes.
So a lot of times you're on teams with some very, if you guys ain't seen this before, you always played on some very stacked teams, especially being a younger guy. You've played with the Quinn Jacobs, the Maddox. Yes. We were always stacked. MJ, the list goes on. DJ, a bunch of these, Darren, a bunch of these kids, Declan. And you always kind of played back fiddle. But what I always tell people is, without you on those teams, we don't win the games we win. We don't win the championships we win. So when I heard that you were the B2C running back of the year, this was special to me. So you tell me, what does this mean to you, and tell me about that experience to get that award.
It means a lot. It just shows how hard I worked for it, and like also how like the effort I put in to get it.
Nice. So tell about that night. How was that night? I saw you suit. You was suited and booted, as they say. So tell us about that night. How was that experience at the B2C Gala?
I'm really grateful for that night, just knowing everybody and like seeing everybody, and like when I walked up on stage, everybody just congratulating me.
Awesome. So awesome experience.
Want to get some questions?
Let's get some questions, Kai.
All right. So, are there? Let's see. Are there any specific rituals or like routines you follow before a big game?
I know one, but I can't say it on camera.
Before a big game, I like to listen to music, just get locked in. It's like before a game, I listen to them because it just like gets me like locked in. Like it makes me angry before I even step on the field.
Well, I'll go. I love music too. I think music is important. And let me, as we get into it, Mark, what does your training regimen look like? I know you've picked it up. You're looking good.
Yes,
the muscles are coming.
Thank you.
You're looking good. Talk about your training regimen. I heard you're doing some running back training with Coach Brandon.
Yes, sir.
Brandon Jacobs. Tell me, how's that going for you? And then I also know you're working out at your high school with Coach
Coach Nardo and
Coach
Coach
Nardo.
Woods.
Shout out to Coach Nardo, Coach Brandon. Talk about that and what they're doing for your process.
So Coach Nardo, he gets me faster, and like he makes my legs like tired
He
after.
crush you.
Yes. And like Coach Brandon, he pushes me to my limits. Like today, he like made sure I knew everything and like knew how to do stuff. And Coach Woods is a beast. I like.
I've heard about Coach Woods and some of these workouts.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Woods. He's gonna make me stronger. He's gonna make me prepare for high school.
Absolutely. And I've met Coach Nardo as well, coaching at Milton. But just so everybody's clear, which Brandon are you talking about? We want to make sure we want to make sure your viewers and your friends understand who you're working with, because I think that's something. You guys have been blessed. You guys have some of the best trainers, Coach Nardo, Coach Woods. Which Brandon do you work with?
I work with Brandon Jacobs. He played for Auburn in college, and he went to the NFL and played for New York Giants for 9 years.
So you have to understand what that means to be able to work out with a two-time Super Bowl champ.
Yes, sir.
Someone that has ran the ball at his level. So that got to be make sure you keep that toolbox open
Yes,
and
sir,
you pick up as much as you can from it. Kai, on you.
Okay, my next question is, how do you maintain focus and mental toughness during high pressure situations, whether it's just like during a scrimmage or like an actual game?
So I just like to keep my composure. Like, don't just get too mad. Don't yell. Like, just tell everybody, pick your heads up, and it'll be good. And we'll hope for the outcome to be good.
Speaking of that, you're going this year for the first time, well, in a while, because I know you've had opportunities. I remember walking you off the field that night
Yes, sir.
when you were going to play with the Top Guns, which was shout out to the Top Guns, Coach Tasha, Coach Rock, and they took you in. But again, now you're getting to play with your own age group. What are you looking forward to next year? Playing with that Milton team and being the featured back and having that, with your own age group next year. What are you looking forward to?
So I'm looking forward to just like get a good bond with the team. And also my goal for next year is to rush for 2,000 yards. And I'm hoping to get over 50 tackles.
So what do you think will help you to be able to get to those goals?
Just keep training, keep my work ethic up, and I think we'll get there.
Well, you got somebody special, I think, and we got to get him on the show too. You got a big lineman that's rolling with you too, right? I had the opportunity to coach him. Talk about what he means to you, what he can do for you. One of them's in another room over there too, one of your other linemen. But talk about the one you're going to be able to play with next year.
Oh, I love him.
What's his name?
Landon, Gia.
Okay. Shout out Landon.
Yep, shout out Landon. I love him. He gets me to places, like, when he blocks, I love him. Like, he gets me to the places I need to be, like the end zone and stuff, and just get yards.
Awesome.
Shout out to all the linemen, too.
Shout out. Very important, right? All linemen out there, you guys are critical. We got to have a lineman series where we get a bunch of linemen in here to talk and talk about their experience. And this is a good moment, Kyle. I think we need to pause, too, because I want people to know out there, this is our first episode, so depending on where you see this at, you may see me in the set. I'm challenging you. This show is about you guys. It's sports told about youth. We're just doing this now for me to model and demonstrate a few things and as we produce this show, but you should be here in my seat, in one of these seats, producing and broadcasting the show. The show is for you guys. We want you guys to tell your story. So parents, players, youth, anybody from the age about 7 to 18, if you want to be a part of the show, please come by and be a part of the show so you can sit next to the great Kyle and the great Mark. On you, Kyle.
Okay, so Mark, you play running back, correct?
Yes.
What motivates you to keep pushing and excel in your sport?
What motivates me is my dad and my mom. They push me to my limits, and they just make sure I have everything to, like, keep going. Yeah.
Mark, let's stay there for a second. I need you to tell me a little more what your dad means to you. Your dad, I know him because he drives a lot,
Yes.
like most parents. Maddox talks about his dad. K2, everybody's talked about their parents here today, but go a little more. Tell me what your dad really means to you.
I love my dad. He's the best dad in the world. He makes sure I have
Hold on a second now. I'm sitting here now. Hold on a second. Kyle, you gonna let him sit there?
Whoa,
Hey, we need to scratch that. I want to make sure that's. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, he like makes sure like he does everything for me. He'll give the world to me if I need it. But like yeah, he just like I love him so much. He makes me better and like a better person.
You said one of your dad's like your biggest asset.
Yes.
Absolutely. And let's talk about your mom for a second. I have the opportunity to meet your mom, and most people don't know, the condition that your mom did.
Yes.
But what does your mom means to you, and how does she push and motivate you as well?
I love my mom, but what motivates me is like when like the condition she's in, it makes me work harder and have my work ethic like all the way up.
For most people don't know, your dad, Mark's dad does, can I say it?
Yes.
His mom's paralyzed. And so his dad has to play the role of most of everything, taking care of him and his kids. So for you, for example, you have me and your mom to get up and do things and clean your room and stuff like that. I'm always harping the kids that
Yes.
you don't have that. You have to do a lot of stuff
Yes.
on your own. You have to help your mom. I've seen you do it. So shout out to you, Mark. I got mad respect
Thank
for
you.
you. You keep that up. You take care of your mom and let that be your why, right? Let your mom
Yes.
and dad be your why. Your mom loves you a lot. So I'm excited to see where you go and what you do with that.
Okay, would you say like you do your football like dedicated to your mom?
Yes, I do it dedicated to both parents just because I know how hard my dad works for all of us, my mom, both my sisters. And I also know how hard my mom works trying to make sure we're good and be the best mom she can.
Awesome.
Want to go ahead and ask a question?
Yeah. So let's talk about your goals. Right? You mentioned this year you want to run for 2,000 yards,
Yes.
which is a hefty total. But I believe you can do it. If I had to put money on somebody, I put it on you. But what are your goals outside of, well, for football moving forward? You're
Yes.
going to attend Milton High School, the all shout out to Milton winning the state championship. We'll talk
Yes, sir.
about that later. But what are your goals moving forward and then beyond football?
My goals beyond football is just to be a better person, retire my parents, make sure they have a good life, then focus a little bit on me, and like just make sure I'm good and nothing's wrong with me.
Let's stay there for a second. Retire your parents. I understand that statement, but do you really realize what goes in that? When you say retire your parents, what do you mean by that?
I mean, just make sure like how I'm like put my parents like first because they took care of me my whole life, and put them like first before me, and like just make sure their life is good before I make sure mine is good.
Man, shout out, Mark. That's huge, and that brings us to talk about finances, right? We talk about finances in our house, how important it is to set yourself up for the future, and that says a lot about your maturity. That
have,
at
like,
this
a plan.
age, one more time.
And have like a plan.
Have a plan to already start thinking about your finance and your savings to be able to buy your mom a car or whatever, buy your dad a car, but retire them like you said. Great point, Mark.
All right, Mark. Okay. What do you like to do in your free time when you're not training or competing?
I like to hang out with my family, watch movies with them, and shout out my dog. I like to chill with him too.
I hear about you and this dog.
Yeah, but I just hang out with friends and like just be a kid for once and enjoy life.
Absolutely, Mark. What are some things you do? You like to cook? You like to eat? What's your favorite?
Oh, I like to eat. My favorite food.
I heard you're a big grub hubber and you like to order food.
Yeah.
Out. Is that?
My favorite food is T-bone steak from anywhere, as long as it's good. And I just like to hang out and chill.
On your free time?
Yeah.
So who's better in Madden? You or your dad?
I'm way better than him. He just
You hear that,
doesn't.
Coach?
He just doesn't admit I beat him 50-17 last time he played. But
Oh, you don't want to talk about that.
no, he said he already beats me, but I just let him talk.
Another question for who's better, you or DJ in Madden?
I'm better than DJ. I just beat him.
You're that DJ?
I just beat him a couple hours ago. He beat me last time just because it was an off day. But
Oh,
I'm
you're
way
off
better.
day. Okay.
Yeah, it's an off day.
That was the first time he ever beat me.
Okay.
Ever?
Yeah.
All right. You question.
Okay. Talking about, do you play any other sports, Mark? What else we're talking about football. Do you play any other sports? You run track? Anything else you getting into besides football?
No, I'm not, but I want to get into baseball. Just knowing my dad played baseball and how much of achievement he got doing baseball. I just want to get into baseball and also basketball.
Okay.
I won't put basketball aside. I like that sport too.
Got it.
Yeah. Like, would you say you like want to start competing? in
Yes.
basketball? So what do you think you could do to help you start preparing to be able to play baseball?
I should just I know I play football, but also train for baseball. Me and my dad can just spend some time together and go to the batting cage, and he'll throw pitches to me, and I just hit the balls, and I just practice outfield and stuff.
Nice. One moment I want to talk about. I had it here to talk about this moment. I know you remember it. I want the viewers to remember this moment. We're down in Tampa. Every year as the Giants, we take a game, right? And you were there too, right?
I was there.
It's a great game, right? We beat
Yes.
the Irish the year before. We're at their home turf. We had a rain delay. It was a long
Yeah.
day, right? But great game. Game goes on. We back and forth, hitting. Bunch of people get hurt. Our quarterback gets hurt.
Yes.
And I remember this moment for anybody out there watching. This was just the goes to show. And I call Mark a utility player. People like the Kevin Garnett of football. He can play the quarterback position to the left tackle to the right position. He never complains. If you ask him to do something, yes, coach, I'm going to do it. And so we're in this moment, the heat of this game, right? And the quarterback's out. We just need to get one first down.
Yeah.
And the game's over. We're looking around trying to find who can play quarterback. And all of a sudden, coach, I got it. I'll play quarterback. Again, this is no snap.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have time to practice a snap. No nothing. Mark goes in the center. No practice. Takes the ball and gets us first down, and we win that game. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That was a memorable moment for
Winning
me.
points.
What was that?
I said winning points.
Yes, winning
Yes.
points. So, Mark, or me or you?
I can go. All right. Okay. If you could sit down and talk to anyone in this world, whether it's a celebrity or a NFL player, who would you think you would be able? Who do you want to talk to?
I'll talk to Kobe Bryant because I just watch his videos and the motivation he gives to kids out here and the life advice. It touches my heart.
Do you say Kobe Bryant is one of your biggest inspirations?
Yes. just knowing how much work he's put in and how he like gets up and trains every day.
That's a good one. We have a bunch of books here. We like to read here. And I should have said this to Maddox and Josh, but I had the Kobe Must Be Outside. I got to give you that one. That Kobe book, it's The Mamba Mentality, is a great book. A lot of good tools and nuggets in there, especially as an athlete, right? I can't stress to you guys enough how important it is to get in books. There are thoughts and concepts. We have one here, Winning by Tim Grover. That's a great one, Atomic Habits. But Mark, as you grow physically, as you grow in the game, I think it's very important to get your mental aspect right. Maddox talked about it, understanding how far you can go, how tough you have to be mentally. Let's talk about something else. I know you're a big Georgia fan. Is that still?
Yes.
Is that where you want to go when you go to college?
Yes, I definitely like to go to Georgia.
Okay. Why Georgia? Why not LSU?
I've seen so many people succeed from Georgia and go to the NFL and become like first round picks, and I'd just like to be that next one.
Got it.
That makes you and K too. Both of y'all
Both going to Georgia? Y'all going to go together, right? You're
Yes,
K
sir.
too?
Yes, sir.
Got it. Makes sense. Oh, me still you.
It's on you. I already asked my question.
Let's talk about this trip we took. I invited you on me and DJ's father-son trip.
Yes.
And you come to the game with us, right? Look, you smiling because you know, right?
Yes, sir.
And your team won. Talk about how was it being in Philadelphia. That was your first NFL game, I believe?
Yes, sir.
First, talk about that experience.
I love the environment. Thank you, Coach, for taking me. And it was just a cool environment being around my coach and my friends. And shout out to Quinn. He went too. And just seeing the Eagles win over the Saints.
Speaking of that, man, huge shout out to our boy Quinn Jacobs. Make sure you follow Quinn. Quinn just had double knee surgery. We got an opportunity to go see him last week. So if Quinn strong, make sure you're getting better, Quinn. We love you. Can't wait to get you in one of these seats when you get better, and looking forward to you making a strong impact. But we had a good trip on that one. So Mark, what would you tell? We asking everybody, right?
Yes, sir.
What would you tell your future self? So 5 years from now, I wanted you to watch this back.
Okay.
And what would you tell yourself that you want yourself to know 5 years from now?
I would like to tell myself never give up and stay strong.
Never give up and stay strong. So when we send this back to you in 5 years, no matter where you at, remember those words.
Yes, sir.
Also, what advice would you give
to any of our viewers?
To our viewers out there about just anything in life you want to give any advice to?
I would just say follow your dreams and make sure, just like follow your dreams and never like give up on your dreams. Even if someone tells you you can't do it, just block them out and you'll be able to do it.
Awesome. So quotes.
Okay. Give us one quote that means a lot to you and you just want to share with us.
One quote I saw on YouTube was from Ray Lewis, and the quote was like, heart over everything or like mind over everything, and like that I really liked it because it just like shows you like whatever you do, like just like keep on doing it and like just put your heart in it. And
got it. Great quote. And Ray Lewis is such an inspiration.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about, you have two older sisters.
Yes, sir.
One, Jada, Jasmine, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about what role they played. And, I know I always see the Jasmine's off in college.
Yes, sir.
I know Jada was around. I got to see her play basketball. Tell me about the impact and the role those two have had on you.
Oh, Jasmine and Jada both, they help me with my schoolwork, make sure I have that straight first. And they just like to spend time with me. Like me as a brother, I like them as a sister. And yeah. And they achieve so much goals in life. Like Jasmine's in Indiana, and Jada's in Court Valley, and they just achieve so much. Yeah, shout out to them. And they just achieve so much in life.
Good. So they've set a bar for you to follow.
Yes, sir.
And chase. So
Yes,
good
sir.
on that. So as we close, Mark, tell us. I always allow people to ask a question to either of us. What question would you have about us, about this experience? What would you tell anybody that's looking to come to the show? Give us your advice.
All right, so my question for you is, why did you start going to the military?
Great question. Why did I start going to the military? Mark, I love sports.
Yeah.
Football, basketball was my sports.
You played all of them.
Played all of them. I was only 5'9". I had a mediocre work ethic. My mom was a single mother. Shout out to my mom. I had great coaches, a great village, but I didn't have what you guys had. All the people. You guys got access to so much, and I didn't take myself serious. I was in my senior year. I was the man on my team. So rushing for a bunch of yards, had a great season. I thought I was going to the local college, Nichols and stuff like that. It didn't work out. And so my mom's brother, my uncle, is a United States Marine. So I guess somewhere, I was just telling K2 this, somewhere along the line, you get those seeds planted, right? Like
Yes, sir, yes,
you
sir.
see me in my uniform, you know I'm
Yes.
a Marine. Sports is going to work out for you, but it's probably if you came in that position, you'd be like, well, Coach Darius is in the Marine. So
Yes, sir.
I had that moment with my uncle of seeing him. He was always prideful, just super cool, dope. And I thought when the football didn't work out, if I'm going to do one, I'm going to do the best one.
Yes, sir.
The United States Marines. So I went into the Marines, and what a lot of people don't know, Mark, is I actually got to play football in the Marines. I have plaques in there. Well, I was the MVP on my football team in the Marines. So I still got to do that, play sports every day. It was a challenge for me. I got to travel and see the world. And again, I was only going in to do 4 years. But I actually like it, had some good mentors, and ended up staying for 20 years and made a career out of it. So that was my reason why. I didn't. And so let me change that, challenge you with my why. That's why it's so important for you to appreciate your greatest resource.
Yes, sir.
Which is time, right? Don't let anybody steal your time. And if you have those goals you spoke about earlier, I need to make sure you work towards those goals.
Yes, sir.
Those workouts with Coach Nardo, those workouts with Coach Brandon, those workouts with Coach Wood, you have to kill those because you don't get tomorrow back.
Yes,
so
sir.
if you want to make sure you stick to your goals, use your time wisely. So you don't, and not that Coach had a bad experience, you get to chase your dreams and do what you want to do.
Yes,
But
sir.
that was a great question.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, ready to end out?
We're going to wrap. We're going to wrap here.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Make sure to follow all of our social medias, our Instagram, our Facebook, and our TikTok. And we will see you guys next time.
We got to make sure we tell them how to follow. Where we can find you at, Mark. You got an Instagram and your social media?
My Instagram is DayLoveMark2, and my TikTok is 5-star on top.
So if y'all guys are watching this, make sure you obviously like and share our show, but make sure you go and find Mark at where again, Mark?
Instagram at DayLoveMark2 and TikTok at 5-star on top.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
As we close, guys, again, I want to remind you guys, I need a replacement. Youth out there, parents out there, if you have a kid that's interested in learning about media, telling their own story, we have a bunch of cool interviews set up. We're going to do a podcast setting where now we're interviewing, but we're going to do a podcast set where you guys get to talk about segments that are important to you guys, and I get to sit down and shoot. So you ready for those?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Well, we out, guys. Peace until next time.
Peace.
Bye, y'all.